All right, my love. It is time for episode 22 of the Strawberry Milk Podcast. We're both back.
No, we're
Last
not.
time, no, it is.
Roll the outro music.
The outro. That's it. That's the end of the podcast. We're going away forever. It's gonna be someone like, yes, oh my god, the one dude that left us the hating comment back from the hating episode.
He's
Like
waiting.
waiting on the downfall, man. Fucking. But a
Me too.
lot's going on this week, or a lot has happened in this past week. But
Yeah.
let's get this. Let's catch up a bit. What's been going on with you?
Working.
And
That
my god, riveting content.
my
love.
days have been reduced to waking up, agony, right?
Yeah.
Going to work, agony.
Yep.
Dissociating through the whole day,
Agony.
agony. Coming home,
Agony.
fun.
Traffic.
Oh,
All that traffic.
being home,
Great.
fun.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Going to sleep to do it all again.
I love going to sleep.
Oh my! Was the fucking TikTok he showed me? He's like, how do I budget when I make $2,500 a month and rent is $2,000?
Literally.
God, I felt so attacked by that shit. But we got a lot of stuff going on this week ourselves, man. Your family's coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
So, forgive me if my head is not fully in here. I am simultaneously thinking of how fucking excited I am.
That's every episode, though.
I
remember.
know.
You gotta
I'm
focus
so
into the microphone, my
excited.
love.
That's what this is very. I told you.
No, I'm saying like as in talking, my dear.
I
You're talking. I
am.
know, no, I can hear. That's why I do the audio monitoring now. But anyway, a lot is going on this weekend, man. A lot of stuff going around in internet news and a lot of other stuff just going around in like national news, man.
I have unsolicited Target news. What?
What is your unsolicited Target news? What is your unsolicited Target news?
Fall. Fall is coming.
It's fucking August.
We have pumpkin spice in the back room.
Yes, you guys.
Waiting. We have Halloween sprinkles. It's little ghosts.
Halloween sprinkle. It's all well. Okay, I'm always down for spooky season, but for me, like
They're not
it
on the
starts
sales
September.
floor. They're not on the sales floor. They're in the back room.
They're just sitting there.
A lot of pumpkins.
What's the sell by date on that shit?
There's
Damn.
pumpkin. No. This is the disturbing part.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice frosted flakes
No.
are on the sales floor.
No.
Yeah, I don't like it. Pumpkin spice oatmeal.
Okay,
Pumpkin spice coffee. Pumpkin spice syrup. Pumpkin spice toilet paper. No, I'm just fucking
white
plain.
girl's
That's
gonna be
just
freaking
orange.
frothing at the mouth, just like I can't wait. But
Yeah, I love pumpkin spice season. I just think they go too hard with it. Like, calm down. It's okay.
I mean, drinks, it makes sense. Like other types of like seasoning, like mixes and stuff like that, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But pumpkin spice frosted flakes,
it made me uncomfortable. I literally saw it and I was like, I need to.
What's
talk
next?
about
Pumpkin
this.
spice Reese's Pieces? Fuck that. But
It's probably a thing.
Before we get into the talking points that we have, it's not a guided discussion episode, but like I said, a lot's going on around the nation, kind of around the world, really. But I don't know, just some trendy news that I wanted to talk about with you.
Let's go.
But let's get some housekeeping out of the way first. Be sure, right, if you guys are liking this here podcast, liking us, running our mouths, talking about nothing at the end of the day, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, follow us here
Do we have to do
on
this every
Spotify.
episode?
Yeah, it's called plugging yourself.
Oh.
Leave us a rating.
Why
You know what I
aren't you motherfuckers giving us money?
No, we're not doing this for money, my love. It's a bonding experience, and that way, when we're like 60, we can look back and be like, "Damn, we're that bored, huh?" But anyway, let's get a boring talking point out of the way first. The U.S.'s credit rating went down. Guess what it went down from?
What?
So I don't know the official credit rating scale, right? I'm assuming from like my little precursory Google search. It's like, like A through F, and then there's like, like AA plus and like other shit. I think like AAA plus or whatever. We're literally still in the A range, but I guess we've been in like AA plus for most of the nation's credit rating history. Now we're just A
because
plus.
we made it up.
We either went from AAA plus to AA plus or AA plus to just A plus. But yeah, shit's about to get 17 times more expensive. It's because the fucking economy's made up, dude. We're just printing pieces of paper at this
Well,
minute.
no, also they keep on raising the fucking interest rate. Like it's gonna slow inflation. Has it?
God,
Has it for the past 2 years?
All these damn interest rates just keep going up, man. I want to buy a house. Oh my god.
We'll buy an
dude.
RV.
No, they're like,
We'll
we
live
can't
off the
raise the
land.
minimum wage because everything's gonna get more expensive, and then food got more expensive anyway, man.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
lowered
God.
the price of eggs at my work, right? So there was this thing of eggs, and this is the kicker. They're like they're not even organic. Or
Yeah.
they might be organic, but they're like free range, like just like regular food fed, no antibiotics,
Yeah.
just happy chickens. It's literally it's happy chickens, is eggs from happy chickens.
As happy as a chicken can be
Yeah,
these days.
exactly. Like family, like it's like no, it's like individual family farms.
So the chicken grows up with both parents.
Yes.
Those lucky
No,
bastards.
exactly. So like literally these are coddled ass
The
chickens.
college education chicken.
$9.49 for an 18 count.
You know what? At that point, man, just let me go out and just
No,
pick one my damn
they
self.
had to lower it because now there's a little tag. Now they're 8.99. And I asked the dude in charge of market,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yeah, it's because we have to keep on throwing them out because nobody can fucking afford them, and they keep going bad."
I don't understand it here. Like you were telling me yesterday, um, about how there's a skilled labor shortage here, and there's a labor shortage in our
Yeah,
county in
yeah, like
general.
our county sent out a little questionnaire, right? I always get them because I'm a registered voter, and I asked for them to send me
I still
stuff.
gotta register to vote.
And
Fuck.
it's very easy. It takes like 5 minutes.
I'll probably just take care of it at the county
But
building for
yeah,
jury duty.
yeah. But anyway, so asked, it's like, hey, like, why do you think there's a skilled labor shortage? What do you think is contributing? And I essentially tore into them about how they cannot simultaneously have rents be at increasingly high prices, have the only job openings be CEO levels while refusing to train people. And they'd be like, why is there no one applying? What's going on? When you price out all of your workers, what do you think is going to happen?
Like the economy is one thing,
Like
right?
it's
There's
already
certain
happening. Like people at my work come from fucking Santa Paula. They come from fucking Fillmore, Oxnard. They're literally it's like that one post you showed me. If you have to drive more than 30 minutes to get to your work,
you live in an amusement
yeah,
park.
you live in an amusement park.
It's if everything in your if you have basically it was like if you have a variety of options in your area, right? So where we're at in the 805, right? Or we already told them we're at in Ventura, basically.
Yeah.
We have everything. We got every type of like superstore you could have. We got every type of grocery store, every type of like little mom and pop shop, every type of like little gift
It's
shop, surf
lovely.
shop. It's really nice having all this convenience. But the thing is, right? If none of your workers can afford to live in the area that they're working, then they have to commute 15 minutes or more. You
Mhm.
live at an amusement park, basically.
Yep.
It's like going to fucking Magic Mountain, dude. That's what turned me off from amusement parks from like a young age. Like at least when I, had money to start paying for myself. It's like I'm literally just going to a mall with roller coasters.
The roller coasters are the whole point. It's fun.
I know, but it's like after everything else, like half the appeal of amusement park. God damn, cat throwing it back. Jesus. She always wants pets when we start recording. Don't you flick your tail at me. But anyway, like the whole point of an amusement park, right?
Yeah.
Is you go there for the rides, yes, but it's also the atmosphere. What is this
Which Disney
place's
nails.
no, they don't. I don't know. Like the only amusement park I can picture myself being immersed at is like Knott's Berry Farm
You've never
during a
been
holiday
there.
thing. I know, but like when I see the commercials and I think about it, yeah, because like at Universal Studios, never. Like the one time
That was not immersive.
I already told it's also the crowds of fucking people that are there.
God, why were
Goddamn.
there so many people? It
No,
was a
because like that's like one of
Tuesday.
the California things that you come and do if you're a tourist.
Oh, I know you did not just fucking bite me. Go.
Oh, she gave you a little love bite.
Yeah.
God damn it, cat. Just leave yourself. Just chill out. Be normal. God damn. Anyway, um, what was I? So Universal Studios, right?
Yeah.
Like they come here. That's like one of the touristy things that you can do. Then you go to the pier. Then you go to San Fran. Then you go to Los Angeles. Then you go to like Santa Barbara. Then you go on like a little fishing tour, like a whale watching thing or something like that. Look how she's looking at me. She's like, "Well, don't let her yell at me. You're the one that gave her a little love bite. Don't get a little
I
huffy,
still love
cat.
you.
Nah,
We're still
you walking a
friends.
thin line, cat. You about to get one less treat before we go to sleep. Anyway,
Oh, she's purring now.
oh, but anyway, it's just like you go there. I don't feel immersed like at Disneyland. And, we went during COVID, but I was like, this isn't what I was expecting. Like we went to Galaxy's Edge. I was expecting to feel like the
It was
Star Wars.
disappointing
No, like even I was trying to
because the
picture.
characters they used to walk around.
I know, but I'm trying to picture like if they were walking around, if they were doing all these things, would I feel immersed? And the answer is no. Like because they're trying to recreate like basically Diet Tatooine, right?
Yeah.
Like what is the port actually called? Is it supposed to be like Mos Eisley or is it like their own thing?
It's its own
It's
thing.
supposed to be Jakku, right?
No,
No,
it's literally its own fucking
its
thing.
own desert planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it doesn't like it literally looks like stucco, but they put like Star Wars themed shops inside of it. You know what I
And
mean?
that was the rub
And
because they
it's
spent so long supposedly developing it.
yeah,
And like it's still great, especially because the few times I went before COVID, fantastic. All of the cast members are in character. Like all of the stormtroopers are walking around.
yeah.
Kylo Ren's walking around. Like the rebels are hiding from him. Like it's a whole thing. It's all very immersive and it's very fun. and it's very well done. And then when we went,
Yeah.
there was just none of that.
I mean, like, it was still fun going to
They weren't even
Disneyland.
playing the music.
No, but, like, going yeah, they were, some of it. Not the Star Wars one, but, like, other places. It was still fun going. I was like, "Damn," the most magical place on earth, apparently. It was still a fun experience. I still would like to go again, me and you. But in terms of immersion, I was like, "Yeah, I'm at Disneyland," but that's all it is, you know what I mean? And, yeah, I'm a little bit jaded when it comes to shit
That's what
like
I
that.
was gonna say. I was
But,
like,
like,
honestly, because it
going
just
into
seems like you're
Star
just a
Wars
hater.
no, but, like, going into Star Wars Land, I was like, "Nah, this is just a place that's selling Star Wars
What do you
stuff."
know shit?
I know, but how everyone's like, "I feel immersed." It's like, I'm actually on whatever
Oh,
planet
yeah,
this is
no, that's
supposed to
not a
be. Like,
thing.
no, like, I don't know what these are the same people that, like, look at Street Magic and they're like, "Oh my god," right? Like, I still have that thing, but it's like the dude sucks. Like, he has the Walmart brand magic kit. It's like, "Oh my god." Like, no,
Nah.
no. They're the people that are going to the pier and they're like, "How does the dude juggle 3 balls at once?" Fucking Jesus Christ. But enough of
They go to Hollywood. They go to the freaking Hollywood Boulevard. They're like, "Oh my god, this Spider-Man wanted to take a picture with us."
no, Jesus, man. They're the ones that are actually going on to Vegas and shelling out all their money for like the cosplayers and stuff. But anyway, talking point I'm actually really excited to talk about. And I kind of want to move it to the front. The Montgomery Riverboat Brawl,
I
dude.
literally my For You page
Ah,
has nothing on it.
I have been loving
Nothing
all
on
the
it.
memes. This is a very, very great moment in history. That shit is hilarious, man.
Okay, so I heard a dude jumped in the water
Yeah, so all
and
right.
swam over
For
there.
anyone, because apparently, because Kira hit me up, right? Because we're sending memes and shit on TikTok,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Have you heard about this riverboat brawl?" I was like, "Dude, it's fucking
I
awesome.
haven't
It's
heard
amazing."
anything about it.
Yeah, like one of her friends, I guess hasn't heard about it, so I was like, that was when I was spamming her with all the memes and shit that I've had, like all the breakdowns.
Mhm.
So what happened was, right? It was in was it Montgomery? Is what Alabama?
Yes.
Yeah, Montgomery, Alabama. Riverboats, right? Riverboat cruises, riverboat dinners, and stuff like that.
Why not?
So what had happened was, right, this riverboat, it was a dinner cruise, right? Like you're
Okay.
on the boat, you get served. I'm assuming it's like a nicer type of dinner,
Yeah.
right? So you're getting served this dinner, and you go down the river, and it's like a little loop, right? And so while the boat is gone, you can park at their docking space, but you have to leave in advance from when the boat comes back, right?
Yeah.
So the boat was coming back and they couldn't park in their designated spot because, it's a big, long fucking riverboat, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't park in their spot because this white family had parked their pontoon there, right?
Ugh.
And so the security guard that's associated with the company was like, "Yo,
You guys gotta
you
move.
guys got to move the boat. Like, we're coming. We'll give you a few minutes. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be a dick about it." And they kind of just they brushed him off. They're like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever." The boat came back. And he was like, "Y'all got to move your stuff." He's like, "For real, boy?" He's like, "I told you. Like, this is our spot. This is a designated spot. Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of the way, or you're gonna get like a ticket or something
Because
like
they
that."
pay rent for those.
Yeah, and they were still just like brushing him off again. And so what happened was, I'm assuming it's like the dude's son or something, like
Mhm.
a younger white man, like 20s, early 20s,
Ugh.
right?
Yeah.
Comes up and he runs up. It looks like he's about to steal on the security guard, right? For those of you that don't know, the security guard is a black man, right?
Okay.
And so it looks like he's about to come up and steal on the security guard, right? And for those of you that don't know what steal is, it's a sucker punch, basically. He's
Ah,
about to
thank
come
you.
up and fucking hit him real quick because
Yeah.
he was talking to who I assume was the owner of the boat. I think that's that dude that got beaten out his Crocs,
Yeah.
where it's like all up on his feet, right? And so, the security guard squares up to him. He's like, "What the fuck you gonna do?" Right? And then more dudes come, right?
Mhm.
It was like 3 to 5 white people, like the family, right? Like
Mhm.
dudes. Because it was a bigger family, but like the males
Yeah.
in the family, right? And so, the security guard's getting ready, right? He fucking throws up his hat, right? To get his hat up out the way. And you could tell that because he stayed squared up when he threw the hat, he was trying to distract him to see if he can hit him real quick. And as the internet's memeing it, that was like this signal flare, right? Because like other black people came to his aid. Like they were already fighting. They saw
Fuck
that he was
yeah.
getting jumped. So like a few dudes that were already on the dock came running up, like, and the dude that jumped off the riverboat, right? So he was on it. Where like when you line up on the dock, that's where the stairs would go.
Yeah.
He he didn't dive in. He literally ran into the water and started hightailing it across and it's not that wide. They're in like the docking
Yeah.
area, right? He swims across that portion of the water, climbs up onto the dock, and starts fucking just laying into these dudes. It is hilarious.
Good.
And like people are trying to get like a Renaissance oil painting thing. Like, what is it? Another satisfying racial moment. They beat the fuck out of these people, dude.
Good.
That one old dude, everyone's calling him Unk with the chair, right? Is a folding chair. He smacked the fuck out of this lady that came up trying to do some shit. Smacked
Damn.
the sonic rings about that bitch, dude. It's funny. They're calling the Black Avengers, or like the dude that dove off. Yeah,
Aquaman.
Aquaman. Uh, like you got to say it. Is it Cuba Gooding Jr.? Maine?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Aquaman,
How would I
right?
know? How would I know
It
that?
was fucking hilarious. Like the memes that are coming out of it. Like I saw one, right? It's like some security guard getting jumped, right? And then in the background, they have the call that the Jabari do from Black Panther.
Ooh,
No, no, no. We're like, right? And they're like,
ooh,
whoop, whoop,
ooh.
right? And it's just them coming out the woodwork, or they'll play the Avengers music right when everybody
Oh
runs
my
up.
god.
But it's funny as hell. And people are talking about how that's like you can tell it's a real shift in social dynamics, right?
Yeah.
And like they're taking like a picture. It's like the group of them against like the 3 or 4 white dudes that still like stood up for the fight. And I'm like, this is what we need. It's awesome. Fuck them people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Free them, man. Because a few of them, they're still looking for the security guard. I think I haven't heard that they found it, but everyone's like, I don't know where he's at. I ain't saying shit, as they should. You know what I mean? And then I don't know if a few of them have gotten their bail posts. The cops came. They only they arrested everybody, but I guess only the black people that were involved are still in jail,
of
which is
course they
fucked
are.
up. Yeah, it's in fucking Alabama, those racist bastards. But anyway,
They literally still have sundown
if
towns.
they're still in there, free them. If they're out already, hey, more power to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't face any like lasting charges or whatever for coming to the defense of, just at the end of the day, a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I saw someone getting jumped on the street, that like if you knew they were in the wrong, right? Like if I saw like a bunch of like people my age trying to gang up on like a security guard, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
I'd probably get stomped out with them, but I'm not just gonna, the stupid bystander effect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the memes are still fire at the end of the day. That shit was hilarious. I love watching all of them. All the ones of like the dudes walking around with the chair like attached to their thing. Like, I got that thing on me today. Or some
I
dude put a
saw
laser sight on his chair.
I saw one thing, and it was this girl that works at Target. She's a cashier, and she was saying, "Why are so many people buying folding chairs today?"
And you know what's funny? The inventor of the folding chair is a black dude.
There you go.
It's just everything comes full circle. They have one. It's a mural of Harriet Tubman. She's got her hand stretched out, but it's a chair. It's a folding chair.
Ah.
Oh my god, it's pretty awesome. But in other news, on the complete opposite dynamic of what's going on, Harry Styles' 2-year tour has concluded. I don't really care about Harry Styles, right? He,
Yes.
he has some good bops, right? I'm not a One Direction guy. I'm a watermelon sugar, soulless pop. It's fun.
Yeah.
That boy made $500 million off that tour,
Do it.
apparently.
Do it. I saw a TikTok that was two photos of him. Like one of them from like 2014, one of them's from recently.
Yeah,
His hairline.
it's going.
Oh, it's going fast. It's bad, and
Listen, you got to pay
everyone's
a
like, he's
price.
British. It's a canon event.
It's equivalent exchange. You know what I mean? He's got
God,
that singing voice. He's got to have that hairline go. But he's got the money.
there's
He,
memes that he's wearing a toupee.
I mean, honestly, if it was, I'd believe it. I mean, but he's got the money. He could get those
Who
like
gives a shit? He can get hair
more
plugs. He
extensive.
can get
Yeah.
those toupees. I honestly, my thing is, I wouldn't begrudge somebody for having a toupee. Fuck it.
No, honestly, even though my head's kind of misshapen, right?
Yeah.
Like underneath all here, there's like a slight lump. Like if I started balding, I'd just shave it off. I don't give a shit. I'd be a beanie guy.
I just want to get wig. I just want to get wigs.
I thought you said weed. I was like, well, we can just go get weed.
No.
But anyway, do you have any talking points, my love? Anything you want to bring up that you've been racking around in that beautiful brain of yours?
No. Honestly, I'm enjoying this format.
I see. Real quick, right? Last, because we make a habit of like, oh, we'll get to this stuff later in the episode, and then later in the episode comes and we never get back to it. The Hobbit. In my solo episode, I was like, yeah, I'll talk about the Hobbit later, right? So real quick before we get to the Kai Cenat fiasco that's
Who?
going on, it's that Twitch streamer
I've
that
never.
they're saying he's responsible for starting a riot, right?
What?
But all
I
right, okay,
haven't heard
so
about any of this
I've
shit.
been telling you about. I've been talking about it with the boys in the party, and you're included in the boys.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so the Hobbit, right? Your boy is not an avid reader. I do enjoy reading, right? But the ADHD makes it hard for me to like really just like sit down
Sure. Yeah.
and read. Like I read a few chapters a day, and then I'll put a book down and I won't pick it up for like another week or two. Like I've already said that here on the podcast.
Yeah.
Um, But
Can't relate.
I
I just reread that.
yeah, I really I enjoyed it, right? Now,
It's a good
I'm
book.
gonna catch some flack from anyone that's a hardcore literature person. The movie and the book are about the same for me.
Nope.
After reading through the
Nope.
book
Nope.
and having seen all three movies, they are about the same. There's equal parts that I like more in the book, and there's equal parts that I like more in the movie. Right? I like that the book has a little bit more detail. Like I would have loved to see more of Bjorn's house, and I would
Bjorn
have loved to
Bjorn
see
is awesome.
more of Bjorn's involvement in the Battle of the Five Armies. And I
Yeah.
also would have liked to see more of the return trip that Bilbo takes after the fact, right?
Yeah.
I do like that in the book, Bilbo's more of well, he's a G in the movie too, because as a Hobbit, he's like, fuck it, let's do it. Like he comes into himself more. But in the book, he does a lot more. Like especially when he's hiding the Arkenstone and stuff like that. Like he just takes matters
Yeah.
into his own hands. I like the portrayal of the book a bit more. I do like the what did I say? I like more.
I don't know.
I'm already tripping out. Oh, I like the how they meet the elves better in the movie because like them going through like the dark forest and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but the literature version of the elves is kind of weird. I prefer the movie
Yeah,
elves.
their whole thing is that they're just fucking creatures.
Yeah, I always like and I like more the Elven King's experience with like dragons, how they add
You
that in
just
there.
like that he has a
I
scar.
do like the scar and that he's using like elven magic. That's pretty baller. I also like Smog's death in the movie more than the book.
It's the
However,
same.
I like no, it's not. However, I like more about how they introduce Bard in the book than in the movie. Because in the book, right, the way that Smog dies is Bard shoots him, but it's just with a normal bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's not with a heavy crossbow, and there's not enough of the lore behind the particular bolt, right?
Yeah, it's
But I
great.
also like because the stakes are higher
I
and
liked it
Smog
because he
talks more
missed
shit
with
in
the
the
one that you were
movie.
supposed to use.
Yeah, but like remember in the movie when like he's aiming with the black arrow at Smog and he's like, "You cannot save your son from the fight." He's like, "He'll burn." I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "Imagine a dragon like talking that foul to you about your
That
son."
was unrealistic. What
No,
the
it's
fuck would he know about this dude?
no,
How do you know he has a son?
because he can see him with
Yeah,
his
but he wasn't
dragon
up there
eyesight.
with him in
Uh,
the book.
I know, but I
I'm a
like it.
book
I like it.
purist.
I
I'm a
like it
book
more
purist.
in the. I like it more in the movie. It makes for a better action scene, and I like his death more in the movie. But I like the aftermath of his death more in the book. So like how they can see his bones in the lake and shit.
I just love
Um,
how they really thought that they scared him out of the mountain.
yeah,
They're like, we did it. We're so good. We're so accomplished. Because Thorin's just a fucking crackhead.
no, because I thought about that too. Like they didn't know that happened. Like, but I like it more in the movie how like they didn't need to stretch it out in the three movies. But he was like, "What have we done?" Right? Like after Smog's like, "I'm gonna burn this fucking city to the
Yeah.
ground." Right? But it was really nice. The book was a very
He
in
really said it's Smougin time.
right Smaugin time. I always like the dynamic of Bilbo with the dwarves, right?
Yeah.
I like how Thorin, Fili, and Killy die in the book more.
It's the same way in the movie.
No, it's not. They die separate of each other. In the book, Fili and Killy die literally using their last
Oh,
breaths to
that's
shield their
true.
uncle,
Oh, yeah, no, they did
whereas in the
change in
movie
the
they get
movie.
picked off one by one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Thorin is a bit cooler in the book. Like the more I talk about it, the more the book's even better. So I'll say it's a 60-40 split.
Mm.
But honestly, if no one's read it yet, which I don't know how you would, because I'm pretty sure
It's a
some
quick
states have
read.
it as
It's
required
required
reading.
reading here.
Yeah, but
Ninth grade.
I know, but some other states don't really have that high of a standard.
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah. Fuck
Mississippi,
them other
the
states.
Bible Belt.
If you live
Um,
anywhere in any of those states, stop fucking listening to this. Betoy.
no, because there could be open-minded people that live there. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It's not their fault they were born in a shitty state.
it's true.
Yeah, read it honestly. Either pirate the book, buy a hard copy. I don't really give a shit. What people are like, it hurts the art. The Tolkien estate
He's dead.
is loaded. He's dead. Right? I'm all for pirating. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of all these like corporations and these conglomerates trying to push responsibility
You
onto the
wouldn't
consumer.
download a car.
I would fucking download a car if I could. I can download damn near anything else. We could 3D print houses. Fuck you. I'm gonna pirate a book. Like the only reason that I read the physical copies because well, we own it.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
It's great.
But
Has
anyway,
drawings.
yeah, it does have. I like how Bilbo's drawn
This
in the
man
little
bent
thing.
the fuck out of my book spine.
I did
Yeah,
your
yeah.
book. Your.
It was mine. Now it is ours.
They're all ours.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Bent the fuck out of our book spine. When I tell you, I turned, this motherfucker had that bitch just, whoa,
Well, because I'm reading laying down or I'm holding it with one hand
Yeah,
because
you
I'm
don't
either
hurt the binding.
petting the cat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or we're like snuggling as I read.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Don't bend the book that far back,
all right,
especially
then
when it's a hardcover.
all right,
It's
then don't
terrible.
ask for cuddles while I'm reading.
No.
Well, anyway, on to the Kai Cenat fiasco, right? Now, a lot of this information I'm getting second. Well, I consider my brother a credible source on this because he watches the motherfucker. Like, he watches
Oh,
all of
there you
them.
go.
So, and it's pretty old by internet news. You know what I mean? This happened like later last week. So, Twitch streamer by the name of Kai Cenat. He's very popular. He has a lot of followers, right? He's been in the news before, but I'm not going to bring that up because it was nothing really
Related.
his fault, right? Like, so what happened? Well, I say I'm not going to bring it up. I got to explain myself now because there might
No,
be
you
someone
don't.
that knows. Like,
No, you don't.
no, no, no. So they had a house party, right? Because he's part of a content house, and they're all from New York, right?
Yikes.
Part of a content house. They had a house party,
Yeah.
right? I guess, and like people blame, they blame the more popular one
Oh, yeah.
out of all of them, right? So to my knowledge, Kai is the most like followed out of all of them.
Okay.
So I guess random party goer that was a woman, right? Went upstairs to like recoup or something like that, and then I don't think she got raped. I think like it was like it almost got to that point, but then like
Yeah.
someone came up and broke it up, but it was like some other random party goer,
Gross.
and people were blaming Kai, saying it's his fault because it was his party.
Ah.
And it was a pretty sizable party. And like he said, like, yeah, go chill in the room, but like, well, you should have watched her, you should have done this. He's like, there's 100 other people in that fucking house.
Yeah, I gotta watch where the most people
Like,
are.
it is still sad what happened. And then I guess there was like flack because they were like, well, he's not making statements. He said, hey, it's already dealt with, right? This dude should be arrested. He's like, any official statement is coming through because they have a legal team. He's
Yeah.
like, lawyers and everything have already talked about it. They will have the official statement. He's like, I'm like doing what he's supposed to do. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying anything that hasn't already been approved. But people are like, it is your fault, like treating him as if he was the one that tried to do that
Poor guy.
despicable shit. Yeah, nah. So it's not the first time he's been in the news, but basically what happened, right, is that he was holding a giveaway. He announced on his socials
Yeah.
that he was going to do a giveaway at Union Square, which I'm not, obviously, we're not from fucking New York. We live on the exact opposite coast,
Woo!
damn near
Fuck the East Coast.
180 degrees away, right? But Union Square, at least, to me, I know it's a busy place. It could be a poppin' place, you know what I mean? And so he's like, it's going to be a PS5 giveaway as well as like just like PSN cards and stuff like that, right?
That's nice of him.
He posted about it, right? And so you have followers of him and people that just pops up that either want to meet him and be a part of the giveaway or just want some free shit, right?
Yeah.
Dude with a huge following
Oh, like millions?
having an event on a Friday
Oh,
in New York
eh,
in a busy place
yeah.
when
What
there's no
time?
school. Now, this is where the information about how he does stuff like this in the past comes from. This is what my brothers told me, that he does like the street giveaways, like, they're just walking around and he has a security team, you know what I mean? It's him and
Okay.
his boys, and they have the security that they hire, but it's nothing for like what a big event like that would have, right? But they're just like walking out, like spin the wheel or answer this question or
Yeah.
here, look, we're gonna, they just randomly bless people with shit. And so I'm assuming that that's how he thought it was going to go down. But what happened was they pulled up. It's a big crowd. Nobody's doing crowd control. They just showed up at the spot. There's already people waiting, right? As soon as he and his team get out of the car, the crowd rushes them
Oh,
because you have people that want to meet him or people that want to be first in line,
and they
right?
want that PS5.
And, mob mentality. No one's really telling them what to do. It got out of control. Like, I think like a small business got like trampled.
Oh my
People just,
god.
it's New Yorker shit. People just took it upon themselves to like start wrecking shit, right? And so in the midst of it, it's a really popular one. Like a crowd of mostly minors, this chick
Yikes.
got up on a street light and started twerking, and apparently people were like putting stuff between her cheeks, and she was telling them to put stuff between her cheeks. But
Get that
obviously,
coin, sis?
Kai's people got him out of there, right?
Yeah.
They got Kai and his crew out of there. But the riot continued. I think it quelled down. I'm not really sure about how long it endured, but people are again directly blaming him. He's arrested
But why would they arrest him though?
because it's his event. And so he's very young. I think he's like 21 or like 23 or lower, right?
Dude,
No, but
he
so
probably just didn't anticipate that sheer amount of people. If he's normally just walking around, he probably meant that as in like, "Oh man, if I see you, that'd be cool." He didn't expect like,
no, but people are like he really like they're holding him to a higher standard. You know, people, keyboard warriors, they're always holding people like, oh, I would have done this. I would have,
Yeah.
this YouTuber would have done this, right? Like a few comments I said, like, well, Mr. Beast would have bought out a stadium and did this and did that. He doesn't have exposure to this kind of thing. Like these
No.
guys, like him and his group of friends, literally started from the ground up and built their own. Basically, because as a Twitch streamer with a brand, you are an entertainment
Yeah.
company, basically,
Yeah.
right?
No, you're not, because
They're still learning all of this
you're
stuff. They're
not
still,
just you. You're your brand.
yeah, your character that you present to the public, they're still learning as they go. I'm
Yeah.
not, they're not at a beginner level. They do have some knowledge, or else they wouldn't be this successful, because you have to do your own marketing. And obviously, they're at a point where, he has his own legal team, probably has his own PR team. They hire their own security, stuff like that. They probably weren't like, you can, like, I always give people like that the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
like there's extreme polars where they're like, he has no fault, or they're like, he should go to prison. Cause I guess it's 10 years if he's found guilty of inciting a
But why
riot
would
with all the
he
property
didn't
damages.
incite a
I don't
riot?
think that they're going to give him the I don't think he's going to do jail or prison time.
No,
He'll
there's no
probably just have to
legal.
pay a lot of fines or be on probation or something, which even then I think it's still harsh. Should he
Well, he's
have
lawyered
had
up, right?
yeah, should he have had better crowd control? Yes, but is he responsible for all them people taking it upon themselves to just break shit?
No, inciting a
No.
riot requires that you premeditated
Yeah.
and instigated it. He didn't instigate it. All he did was like, "Hey,
His
I have
presence.
PS5." That's not his fault.
I
They
know.
wouldn't arrest, like, fucking, I don't know, Katy Perry comes to mind for
Yeah, but
being like,
like
"Hey, I'm gonna
these
be here."
these fucking hindsight people, like, is he a little bit at fault? Yeah. Should he pay a fine? Yeah, but not like the
Like, two
millions
hundred
of dollars. Yeah.
dollars.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? He doesn't deserve all these flack that he's getting. You know what I mean? I was just like, like he's still young, right? I mean, he's only a few years younger than me, but like he's still young. He's still
Yeah.
learning how to deal with the fame, if you will. And Isaac shared a similar sentiment with that. You know what I mean? Like everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Next time, just wait for a convention, or just buy,
Yeah.
like rent out a convention hall or
Do a
something.
ticketed event.
Yeah, like make your own thing. You know what I mean? Or just stick to the random street giveaways where you're walking down the street and you do stuff like that. But again, with more like influencer news, and it's gonna date this episode. But anyway, Lil Tay died.
And she was the little kid that was acting all hard, right?
Yeah, like not it was like a few years ago. I honestly forgot about her, but like
I
I
did
remember
too.
like all the memes and everything. So Lil Tay, she was 9 years old, and her gimmick
Oh,
was that she was the youngest
her
influencer, right?
fucking parents.
Yeah, no, her dad was abusing the hell out of her and her brother, right?
Mm.
And I guess like they announced her, like a lot of people are giving their family flack because they announced her death
Yeah.
and they announced the brother's death as like an afterthought, right?
Whoa.
Which, no, people are saying it's worded like an afterthought, but again, you can't really interpret the tone of text, right?
Yeah.
There's at the time of this, there's still no official cause, right? So a lot of people are speculating that either it's a stunt to get them out of the limelight because she was
A
14,
kid.
right? Or it was like a car accident or something sudden, or some people are saying it had something to do with her father, well, their father, or just the family in general, some type of negligence. But either way, like RIP to both of them.
I
Like,
saw a post on TikTok that
yeah.
she changed her YouTube bio to "help me"
Oh my god.
posthumously. Yeah.
That's some
Mhm.
Britney Spears
Mhm.
conservatorship type
Conservatorship.
stuff. But if it is true, if unfortunately they both did pass, because I believe her older brother was like in his 20s, but still, like RIP to both of them, man.
Yeah,
Like that's
losing both
still
chill. That's hard.
that's still too young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that'd
Yeah.
be honestly, I think her brother what like either like an adult already. That's like one of us
Devastating.
dropping dead right now. And then especially her 14, not you don't even get to experience life. You're still barely figuring out stuff that's gonna lay the building blocks of you becoming an adult later on, man. Like 14 years.
That's tough.
That's it, man. I'm part of me is like again, it's a celebrity. I never met her, but at the end of the day, it's still a life lost. You know what I mean? Part of me is hoping it's fake. Like they're gonna be like, oh no, it was like a ploy or something to get
Yeah.
like money, like the parents are doing or something. Like
Even
I
then,
just
honestly, it's nobody's business. Just have her stop posting shit. It'll eventually die out. Who gives a fuck?
yeah, and that's a whole nother like can of worms. Like all these posthumously like releases that happens, not just with like influencers, but artists as well. Like how many fucking new singles got Juice World on them that came out in the last few years since he's been dead,
Yeah, it's
man?
kind of sleazy.
And like the same thing with like Nipsey Hussle or like the Michael Jackson estate. I don't know if it's finalized or not, but how they're selling like his music catalog
Yeah.
at 900 million.
Jesus.
Which I would think Michael Jackson's music catalog like is worth at least a million or at least a billion,
Yeah,
man.
bump
Like
it
this
up.
is the most famous person ever,
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
got a 1 billion. Like that, and I was hearing this on Crash Dummies podcast, right? They're like, never take the just below like, all right, I'll give you $900. Like, no, give me 1,000, right?
Yeah, fuck
I'll
off.
give you 900,000. Give me a million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like these companies like, oh, we're only charging 5.99 because it looks better in your brain than
Yep.
6. Like that doesn't work anymore. I still know I'm getting scammed out of a lot of shit, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess a guest asked me what the price on something. I was like, all right, it says it's gonna be $29.99. He's like, okay, so 30, thanks. No, I was like,
Yeah.
you
Like
asked
I
for this
just tell
too.
them I was like, it's 30. It's a nice little 30 piece, my love. But you got anything you want to bring up?
Um
Good Lord, my love. You said you had talking points and stuff written
they
down.
were in my head.
Why did you write them down in person?
Because I don't know.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh,
So,
oh,
oh.
I reread the not the Mockingjay. I reread the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I don't know if I got into it last episode. I don't think I did.
Well, no, you weren't here last episode. It was just me.
No, I mean like the movie review because that's what I was trying to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, a
So
little bit.
this book is the best book that I've read.
The best
I don't know if I'd say ever.
ever.
I would say it's close. I would say
Close.
at the bare minimum it's number 2.
Number 2.
This this is so well written and it is so awesome because we have a main character who we are reading through like the eyes of, right?
Yeah,
And he's not a good person.
it's President Snow.
Yeah, you don't know, but this is the thing. You would think that she would try to like the author would try to make it like sympathetic, right?
No, hell no.
Like, oh, the things he went through. No. Instead, literally, it all leads out. He consistently chooses the selfish or mean option.
He wants power. He's an
His
evil
whole thing, he
person.
wants power and he wants control. And it's so cool because they don't tiptoe around it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's awesome.
And like a lot
And
of people
it's
underestimate him.
there's a lot of people. And it's so brutal too. Like they go into like the horrific things that happen in the 10th Hunger Games are just it's a lot, and it's a lot to read, but it's so well written that you don't mind. I literally caught myself literally like mouth open, like, "Oh my fucking god!" at one point.
Yeah.
Like that, like it was intense. It's such a good book. I'm gonna reread it for a third time because it's so fucking good.
Oh, good Lord, my love. Give it at least a week break.
No,
Give it a week break. Read
no,
something else.
it's so good. It's so
Silly.
so good.
I can't wait to get through the Hunger Games after I read The Hobbit.
Oh my god. No, after you read Lord of the Rings,
Oh yeah, Lord of the
but I
Rings.
think you should read this first.
No.
It's
I got to stick with the same genre,
but
my
yeah,
love.
and I'm really excited because the movie comes out Thanksgiving, and I this is my Barbie. this is
Barbie.
This is
that
my Barbenheimer. This is my Joker, right? This
that
is
TikTok is like Barbie or Black Panther for white bitches. That was like, damn, they had to do
yeah.
y'all dirty like that.
But literally, this is. I'm so excited. I hope. I'm not optimistic. I hope that they don't try to spin it into like, oh, a tragic love story. No, Snow is a dick. He's a little asshole, little pompous fucking asshole.
I'm gonna enjoy it because it is finally. Well, obviously the book
I'm excited
came
to
out like
hear
what
the
a year or two
songs.
ago,
Yeah, 2020.
2020.
I'm
But
excited
like,
to hear because there's a lot of songs, and it's like, oh hey, like there's like author's notes, and she's like, hey, like this is meant to be like sung in like a traditional ballad style.
yeah,
I don't know what that means, so I'm excited to hear it
probably like a
in the movie.
when they go like,
I have
like
no
some
idea.
national anthem type
I
shit.
have no idea, but
Um,
I'm
what
excited. I saw a new commercial for it. This is very exciting.
what I'm
I'm excited.
what I'm liking is that we're finally seeing a shift away from every villain needing a fucking redemption arc, or
Yeah,
like
no, some
every
people are
villain
just
has to be
fucking
relatable. Some people are just fucking evil for the sake of being evil,
yeah.
like Mother Nature. Evil for the sake of being evil, because right now Hawaii, specifically Maui, I believe, is getting razed to the ground by a wildfire. I
Jesus.
don't know exactly what happened, but it's got people literally fleeing into the ocean on their boats.
You can't even let it burn itself out because it's landlocked. They'll just keep going till the
Yeah, and
end.
then I think a hurricane, like I don't
Aye.
think it made like direct landfall, but they're still getting some of the effects of it because
Yeah.
it like barely passed it, right? Which would
Damn.
also explain some of the cloudy weather we're getting, because them tails, or is it an arm? Is it called an arm of a hurricane
I
or a
have
tail of a
no
hurricane?
idea.
Either way, one of those things, they go for like miles and miles, and it's like the air pressure system. So
You
we
remember
could
we
be
got
expecting
smacked
some
with it
rain.
earlier this year.
Oh yeah, all them rains coming, all that flooding. God, I miss all that rain
I
already.
miss the rains
We're
in.
closer to it happening again than we were when it happened. 2023 is going by fast, but
Yeah, we're both working. That'll
I'm
do it.
I'm liking it. Get us the fuck out of this
I
year.
literally remember it being July, like mid-July, and I was thinking like, "Damn, I'm so excited for my family to come down, but I know that's like a few weeks away. It's gonna feel like it's
And now it's
taking
tomorrow,
forever." Boom, August. Hello?
right?
And I talked to my mom about this because I'm like, "I know that you said this is like what adulthood is, but it can't possibly just keep going this fast forever." She's like, "No, it goes that fast forever."
Well, it's also if you get into a routine, because remember, like time is relative. It's all by perception. When we go and do more, like when we went to the beach a few times, and I was like, oh, "It's kind of late," but we went, and then we stayed there for what felt like a few hours, and it only been one. We're like,
Yeah.
"Damn," because we're taking in new information, so our perception of time goes slower. Whereas we're in a routine, we're just like, "All right, chop chop. We're gonna speed through this day,"
I love
which I
routine though.
fucking hate. Like working the morning shift is great because you have the rest of the day or whatever,
Yeah.
but in reality, it's like you get off of work and it's like, all right, I have to go to sleep by this time. Like we're literally working just to come back, eat, fall asleep, and do it again. Like I fucking hate working. Call it lazy, call it entitlement, which is not. It's just
Well, I'm a lazy person.
I want more out of life than to pay the bills and fucking die.
Then you
Right?
shouldn't have been
I should have been
born.
born.
Yeah, that's
I got to take it up with my mom and dad.
sounds like a personal
Y'all
issue.
should have kept me, man.
Like it's like what I told my dad when I was like 14. Should have worn a condom.
Yeah, right.
Should have worn
God
a condom.
damn, man.
Could have all been avoided.
Two people that don't even like each other anymore had sex in the
And
90s,
now
and now
I
I
gotta
gotta
deal
pay
with it.
bills and
I
die.
gotta fucking deal with all of it.
Oh my god, I'm out here
Oh,
being referred to
I
as
got
born in the late 1900s. I oughta slap the fuck out of somebody that says
yeah,
that,
you're
man. I'm a
imagine
20
not being born in the 21st
I'm a
century, bitch.
20th century man by
Ha!
3 years, you know what I
Freaking
mean?
oh, I have exciting news that's only exciting for us.
Is it your discovery of Indian slapboxing on TikTok like me?
No, because I haven't seen that. I was gonna comment on
I
my new
showed you a
very,
video.
very comfortable pajama set, but
Oh, yeah, it's like not terry cloth, but it's
no,
just
it is
fuzzy.
not. It's like I hesitate to say Sherpa. It's very soft. It's from Target, right?
It's a Skims dupe for Target.
Apparently Skims has something that's like this. I don't know.
Every brand has something.
I've
This
been
is
looking at the fucking promo picture and at these at my store for like a week now, and I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna buy it.
Hey, if you got $36 before tax to go on a set, it's a tank top and it's short
I
shorts.
got too big of a top. This is the biggest medium I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, because it's supposed to be loose and comfy, but when you wash it, that will shrink. We'll probably we'll air dry the shorts, but we'll
We'll dry this.
dry
Yeah,
the top in the
just to
washer
knit
on
it
like low
together.
heat. Yeah, but if you guys got $36, roughly 38 after
It's
tax,
so
they
comfortable.
come in like a nice grayish blue,
I feel
like
put together.
a Crayola brown, if you will, and then black.
I feel very soft. I feel very, very
You
snuggly.
guys get all the good stuff. See, that's how I'm gonna feel when I get that I am Knuff hoodie that
I,
they're
you're
selling.
very
I
excited
can't
about that.
wait. Huh?
I said you are very excited about that.
I'm always excited for some type of hoodie or like a crew neck
I'm nervous
sweater.
that it's not going to get here in time because I'm not going to get it until like September.
Yeah. But
Or do you
on
want it for your
to
birthday? No, they wouldn't ship in time.
any time you give me a gift, I am all for it. I am happy. The ball is in your court, my love.
A
Thank
little
you.
gift for you.
But about that, I showed you the Indian slap boxing, right?
No, you did not. You were
So,
just watching it near me.
oh yeah, so TikTok showed me. It was literally, it's and the caption says Indian slap boxing, so I'm assuming this is what it is. But these dudes are like shirtless. They have on like shorts, right? And they've got like dirt on their hands, or like it's a specific type of like clay dust.
Okay.
But it's just like a dirt arena. I'd call it that because it's just a crowd of people that make the ring, and they literally alternate going forward or back, like backpedaling from each other, and they slap each other's torso, and
Oh,
it's called slap boxing, like Indian slap boxing, and
yeah.
it's just they are smacking the fuck out of these, like out of each other, dude. Oh my god. And it's usually like heavier set dudes that are going up against each other, right? Because I went to the page and it's just all videos of this.
Damn.
And like I don't know what the scoring system is, because they'll be sitting there and they're slapping each other. They're just like huh, 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 right?
Ow.
And chest is turning red and shit. Like fucking, there's just
Yeah.
big dirt stains on their chest and everything. And then like one dude slapped a dude in the face, and then you heard like a whistle, or in some videos there was a guy going like, "Huh," right? Like they're speaking. I don't know what the Indian language is. Kurdish?
There's 200.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking languages in India. But they're speaking whatever language that they're speaking in the
Yeah.
video, right? And I'm like, okay, is that like a point or whatever? And then there's other ones where, and like some of it's like kind of staged, like the way the crowd control is and how they like kind of get into their characters or what have you is kind of like the WWE, right? But it's just out in a fucking field somewhere. And like there was one where this dude that was obviously the crowd favorite was like toying with this guy because he's like like the dude, his opponent was like running at him, and he'd do like I don't know. He would do like he'd like toss the dude. He would like let the dude run into him, fall to his waist, roll backwards, and like throw him. And people would be like, ah. Then he'd get up again and do the same thing. He'd be like, ah. And
Damn.
he'd get up and like
Look
throw
like a
the dude without.
showboating.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? But they are smacking the fuck out of each other. Like, look up Indian slapboxing. These dudes are trying to just hurt each. Well, that's the point of any contact sport. But I was like, oh my god.
Damn.
And like it's hot over there. Everybody's fucking sweaty. Everybody's covered in dirt. There's not an ounce of baby oil to be seen over there. You know, I'm expecting at least like what Randy Orton did back in the early 2000s, where he came out shiny as a motherfucker. But they're really just putting the hurt on each other, man. It makes me want to try. I was like, man,
No.
I could do this shit. Fucking,
No.
I could slap somebody on the chest. You know what I
No.
mean? Just fucking, huh, you know.
Ow.
Um, but in other news, I got a bone to pick with you fucking PC gamers, right? What is the point, right? Because a few of my friends have rigs built, right?
Mhm.
What the fuck is the point of PC gaming, right? I used to want to get a rig, but what I realized is I just want an all-in-one area where I can play my like how we are now, but like a more enclosed area, not the living room, like my own little
I
space.
like the living room.
No, but like a conjoined space. You know what I mean? Like if we had the setup we have now, but in a separate room.
No,
No,
I like it
not a
out.
fan of it.
No, I like it
Although
out. I never really left my room as a kid, so this is really nice for me.
no, but like I honestly I just want an area that I can hotbox and not give you an asthma attack.
Oh, well, that's different.
No, like obviously I don't do that now. They're just being considerate. So I go to the
Yeah.
bathroom to smoke the few times that I do. But like if we had a second bedroom
Mhm.
and that room was like either we're right next to each other or it's like I'm on one half, you're on the other half of our gaming setups, right?
Mhm.
But if I could somehow section off half of mine, like I'm picturing like
Do you just want a separate room from
no,
me?
no, no, no. Like I don't like in my mind, right? I'm picturing like a zip up tent, but it's like blacked out,
Well, they
no
have, like, those
windows.
bed tents.
No, yeah, yeah, like something like that,
Yeah.
and I can just hotbox the fuck out of it while we play COD or something, or while we're playing Overwatch, man. Like, oh my god, that'd be like the ultimate vibes for me.
Penny and I on the other side just like, "Jesus
I just
Christ."
put like a air filter or like a ozone generator in there or something to neutralize the smell and the smoke inhalation. But that like that's just vibes to me. Put a like a red or a purple light in that bitch. Woo! Although, you know, I've never had something like that, so
There
that'd
you
be
go.
really cool. I'm a big fan of them RGB lights. But like what is the point of fucking PC gaming, right? Because you either get a pre-built rig and then you have to worry about when it comes time to upgrade because it seems like every other fucking month Nvidia. I always thought it was Nivda, but it's Nvida. Nvida. I always thought it was Nivda,
I have no idea what
right?
that is.
It's like a computer brand.
I've always been a console person. I don't.
They make like the graphics cards or the processing cards. Like it's all Greek to me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking,
Freaking Alexa went off.
oh, that's weird. Oh, because yeah, I keep seeing.
Mm. Say
Uh,
PC instead.
I said PC, no?
No.
Ah, well, anyway, um, like I don't understand the point of the PC gaming, right? So you get the pre-built rig, and you either have to worry about how you're going to undo what they've done, right? Because the point of a pre-built rig is it's supposed to be for your price range, and so you're probably either going to play old games or you're playing like not AAA games, right?
Yeah.
And even then, it seems like a lot of AAA games these days are just made with console in mind, outside of like stuff like
As it should
Diablo
be. It's about
or like
fucking time
Civilization.
for
You know what I mean?
console to get its fucking
No,
wins.
console has always had its wins, you know what I mean?
No.
No, but, like, think about it, like, when I think AAA stuff that is with more PC in mind, right? It's literally just, like, RTS games or stuff like Minecraft, stuff like Terraria, stuff like
Yeah,
Red Alert, Civ
Minecraft
Rev,
is meant for fucking
or Diablo.
PC.
Like, for me, if Diablo was still on PC, that'd probably be the only
I
reason.
still just have lingering beef with Minecraft because for so many years I was faithfully on that 360 and they didn't give me shit.
No, like,
They
why
didn't
don't
give me shit. I didn't get my jungle biomes. I didn't get creative mode. I didn't
no,
get
but,
shit for years because what? Oh, it's too complex. Fuck you.
like, especially on
I'm
current gen,
still
what
mad.
just give us everything that PC has. I don't even care if it's like how some like Conan Exiles, for example, right? Like
Way
that
too
is a
much.
no, that is a
Way
thing
too
where it's
much.
supposed to be played on a computer.
You can tell.
Ah, darn it, I said the word. Um, sorry, our
The
Alexa
C
turns on.
word.
But anyway, no, not that word. But it's supposed to be played
Oh,
on a PC, right? Because the way the UI is set up and some the controls
it's
that you have to do
fucking nightmarish.
doesn't map well
It's
to a controller,
nightmarish.
right? Which leads me into a separate point that I'll get after this about people that use mouse and keyboard on a console. But
Fuck you.
anyway, what is the point, right? You're not getting all the games at release for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Like they had to wait like a few years for GTA 5, right? And the same thing for like Red Dead 2.
Oh, they get more indie games though.
Who gives a fuck about most indie games? Most indie games are just that. They're just someone
And The
trying to get
Sims.
into it. I don't care for The Sims.
A lot of people do though. It's very
No,
fun.
yeah, yeah, no, I lot of,
They still haven't beaten me. My stepdad torrented that bitch for me.
yeah, always got a torrent. Pirating is the way to go. I'm sorry. Think of me what you will. I
Yeah,
don't give a
fuck you
fuck.
think Imma do pay that much money for that and then
Argue with your
$25
mama,
for
not me.
DLC? Fuck
Um,
off.
But anyway, like it doesn't make sense because then you either have to worry about how you're going to customize your pre-built, which could void warranties or it could like fuck it up. Like the only thing I'd want a pre-built for is I would just get the case, right? Because there's this particular company that has like these fruit themed ones, but
Ooh,
the they're like the theme that I eventually want to get our art to look at. It's like a blueberry themed one, and it's like a nice like grayish blue, but then it has like the blueberry. It's like anime
cute, yeah.
themed, like it's got kanji and stuff like that. Like think of like an anime 7-Eleven, and that's what this vibe is, right?
Aw.
Um, or if you want a custom rig, right, you have to worry about getting market price for parts, which it seems like they're always going up, 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 right? Like for how much you'd spend for people want like a rig. They want a rig that can run like everything on ultra, but they just watch porn and Netflix on their stuff. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Or it's like spends thousands of dollars on this rig and you're just using the monitor for your PS5 anyway, right? Like I don't see the draw.
I
I
don't
don't see it
either.
as like, okay, mods, but there's only a few games that I want to play where I'd actually use mods, and Fallout isn't one of them.
Well, also for me, right, my cousins, growing up, we used to play video games together all the time, right?
Yeah.
They had, like, a gaming room, basically, because they were also did homeschooling, so they had their own desks, right? And they had their PCs, and they had their monitors, and they would play regular video games there too, like, on console and everything, but it
They
was on
really
the
put their
PC.
virginity in defense mode. Damn.
It's listen, motherfuckers getting married. He did it.
Hey,
He did it.
that is true.
Freaking so I hated it. I did not like being in that close up to the screen. I didn't like how hot it got because of the PC, because of the console,
Yeah, you got to
because
worry
of the
about
screen.
cooling.
I didn't like how I didn't like the gaming chair thing. I didn't like that. I was like, I want to be on my bed or I want to be on my couch.
See, the whole gaming chair
But
thing.
I'm more of a I'm so sorry.
No, no, no. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I'm just more of a casual gamer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like, I'm competitive, but I'm not like, "Oh, like, I'm a fucking, like, set my stats to this and
Yeah.
do this for my depth." I'm competitive in the fact that I wanna do better than you,
Yeah.
and that's
Like,
it. Like,
I,
I wanna sit, like, comfortably
yeah.
and just play for funsies. Like, I just play for funsies.
No,
That's why, Isaac and I get along great because we just play for funsies.
like there's some stuff like I want to play for fun. Like I consider myself a casual gamer, not in the sense that I'm not heavily invested in certain series or news revolving the gaming industry,
Because I just
but
don't
I'm not,
care.
it's not a career for me. I'm not an esports player,
Exactly.
nor have
Yeah.
I ever had like a
At
want
the
to
end of the
be. I
day,
do
it's
en-
not that deep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do enjoy being good at video games,
Yes.
but that's about it. You know, it's just it's nice to win and that's about it.
I would
Or if there's a
enjoy
game that I'm like invested in, I
yeah.
want to get the best item in that game, you know what I mean?
I would enjoy if our friends would make it more conducive for wins.
I'm gonna need y'all to start opening your, especially you, Isaac. That's I'm calling you out again.
No.
2 episodes, almost 3 episodes in a row. If you don't stop walking by people that are shooting you, I'm going to fly
Oh.
over to mom's house.
Oh.
Say hello to everybody.
Oh, yeah,
Say
of
hello to
course.
the kids.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna
yeah.
put your ass in a headlock. That's
In a
what I'm about to do. I'm
headlock.
gonna give you a fucking noogie.
N-
That's
give
what I'm gonna
giving
do.
him a noogie. I did it all for the noogie. Come on.
I don't even know where that's from, but
It's I
but
did it all
anyway,
for the
like
noogie.
I just I don't see the point because back to what I was saying, I like the only game I'd want to do mods on now is Battlefront 2 and a game called Insurgency because you could just put a Star Wars mod on it and they have a Lego Star Wars mod.
I want to mod Stardew so that I can have
The tractor.
white houses.
Oh, no, I want the tractor and I want the what are the little sprite Junimos? Junimos?
I want
Janmos?
all I'm saying is that I've been married to Shane and I don't have any blue chickens.
It's you have to wait. Like the
I've
whole reason
been
I married
waiting.
Maru in that game is because she gives farm warps, and
Yeah.
I've only gotten like 3 of them.
Ugh.
And I'm the dude. I'm the dude in games where it's like, well, I can't use this because what if I need it later? So I
Me
always have
too.
like 60,000 potions and shit. I just have
Yup.
them chilling in a chest.
Oh, you talked about this last episode.
Yeah. No, not last episode. Last episode? No, we didn't talk. I didn't talk about that or the episode before that. It was a previous episode, but anyway, like yeah, I genuinely don't see the point of PC gaming. Like to me, like it's like the same. It's becoming moot as consoles become more and more like caught up slightly in terms of a PC. You know what I mean? Because I know there's stuff that even my PS5 couldn't do what some what's like a rig like Markiplier's
Yeah.
or something. You know what I mean? Where his is like a
Well, he
20
makes
something
fun of
thousand.
himself for it.
Yeah. And he just scrolls Reddit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think there's a point. It's like that or like having all the streaming services. Like, everyone's just owning each other and everyone's raising their fucking prices. Like, oh my God, what Spotify went up, my phone bill went up,
Yeah.
my insurance is going up. Like, what's the point of all that? I'm about to just start running people off the road, dude. What is the point of following the rules and being a good driver? I was going to
Mhm.
say a quote unquote good driver, but I am a fucking good driver.
Mm.
And my rates are still getting risen anyway. You know, thank you, Penelope. You agree with me. Like, what's the point? What
Penny.
is the point? There is no reward for doing things by the book. So I'm going. It's back to a pirate's life for me,
Well,
man.
that's been one of the things that I've dealt with my whole life, especially because of my very strict sense of justice.
Yeah.
While the bad kids are getting rewarded, the good kids get nothing, and we get treated worse.
Well, that's
Like
how it's
because
always
kids
been.
in PE wouldn't run, we suddenly weren't able to do other things
Yeah.
because they didn't want to run, and they still didn't have to run. They would still not run because nothing would happen. But then the rest of us would get fucked over, and that's something that consistently happens. Like at work today, one of the fucking dudes I work with was loudly saying how much bullshit the job is and how he doesn't give a fuck and how they could fire him and like, oh, I don't give a fuck, right? Because I made a joke that he was lowering like our percentage, right?
Yeah.
Because if that gets too low, all of us get talked to.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, do I look like I give a fuck? Like, whatever. And I was like, okay, like weird flex. I hope Amy can hear you
Yeah.
because like it's everyone seems to think that the world revolves around them and it just doesn't.
I
It
I,
just doesn't.
I
There
hate
are other
people
people, and
that.
it was the fucking Tesla kid too.
Oh my God.
And I was like, "You little entitled shit." I'm like, "You have all that money for a fucking Tesla, you can buy some goddamn face wash."
Poor sugar in his
He had a
charging
pimple
cable.
that big on his fucking cheek today.
Damn.
Nasty. I bet he doesn't
What
wash
is
his fucking
the
legs in the shower.
what he doesn't wash his legs in the shower, man. Oh my God. The water will get it, head ass.
Fuck off.
But
Two and one's
I
the
hate
same as
people that
zipper.
have no sense of spatial awareness or self awareness. Like, they're not aware of the space they take up physically and non physically. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like literally, there's other people in the world that exist besides just you. And it's like how my other coworkers were saying how like, oh, like we can do whatever because it's only our boss will get in trouble. That's not how it works.
No.
Why would they talk to the top of the totem pole when they could just knock a couple rungs off the bottom? That's
No,
not
they're
how
going to
this
talk to the
works.
top of the totem pole, but it's not going to be punishment. It's like, you got to get this shit together. And
Yeah,
they're going to come back and yell at, listen, group punishment only works with gangs and the military. And even then, it doesn't really work in the military because
it just
they expect you to sort that shit out yourself.
it's
But,
literally like I don't know if it's just my anxiety. I could never do stuff without considering how it impacts everybody around me.
yeah.
Like I can't do that.
Especially as the world gets more and more connected and there's no isolated
Yeah,
instance,
there's
you
no
have to be aware, right?
reason.
Like, let's say, for example, right? Like way back, right? Remember when that dude like ran into Target and bumped into me, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But apparently he was doing some other shit because remember security was walking him out later. Like, let's say I wanted to press the issue. Let's say I went up to him and was like, yo, dog, what the fuck, right? And we got into it. That'd be both of us getting in trouble,
Yeah.
right? And even though he initially is the one that, bumped into me and made contact,
You
yeah,
instigated.
I would be the one that's instigating and I would be responsible for any type of like damages or what have you, right? Another example of someone doing a fucking stupid thing, but then I would pay the price for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it seems like people like us that are aware of this are constantly in these losing positions, and that just fucking sucks. But we're gonna start wrapping it up a little bit. But yeah, like I just sorry, we had to do something real quick, and then we came right back.
You
But
don't have to explain shit to these
no,
people.
because it's gonna be an awkward cut,
Yeah,
and
then y'all
editing
then
me can only do so much.
listen, they get an awkward cut then. Hi, we're back. Okay. Anyway, as we were saying.
All right, my love. I know it's getting a little hot in here because the AC does too much. So it's getting kind of humid in here, man. Oh my god, we got popcorn ceilings in 2023. Oh,
I'm hot.
but anyway, like it just fucking sucks to always be in that losing
It
position,
does. And there's
and
nothing you
then
can do about it without being seen as the problem.
and like part of me, right, is still like, well, I can just throw caution to the wind and say fuck it, but no, because we at the bottom of the totem pole in terms of societal status, but
Yeah.
we still both have a lot to lose individually, right?
Yeah.
Like with me, I'm like, if I really press the issue on somebody, like I got to worry about you, I got to worry about finances, I got to worry about our cat, how's my family going to react and stuff like that. Like it sucks being not ahead of the curve, but like not meeting people and having to deal with people that don't have that understanding.
For me, what also pissed me off was that he kept on saying how like they want me to do all this for 1650, like that's just fucking ridiculous, which is valid. Except he kept on saying like how it was beneath him, how this job was just so beneath him. And he's like, I get that some people might need it, but I just fucking don't. And I literally just want to be like, then quit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, literally, and I know that this might just be me taking shit personally, that had nothing to do with me, but because he also got talking to about his attendance.
Yeah.
So he was probably just in a bad mood, and that's valid. You're allowed to rant and get that off your chest. Um, I'm not lesser because I need a job that pays this little or this much.
Yeah. Like,
Like, this is enough, and it's okay that this is where I am.
yeah.
And that doesn't make me like a less valuable person. It doesn't make me beneath you. It doesn't make you better than me.
Yeah.
It just means this is where I am right now. And it's another thing, it's just a lack of empathy and a lack of acknowledging that other people exist.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally that's what it is. Because it's like, it's just what a fucking rude thing to fucking say.
Yeah.
Like, this is just beneath me. This is so fucking beneath
Like,
me. Because like, he was talking to one of the older gentlemen, like he's not like old, he's in like his like 40s maybe, but he works there and like he has two jobs, right? And so like he's saying all this to him, and I just wanted to be like, stop engaging him.
yeah.
Stop engaging him. Like, listen, some of us, like, and I'm not even lumping myself in with that because I don't need two jobs. Like, we're lucky right now. We're
Yeah.
good.
I wouldn't say we're good.
I I'd say we're good.
We're doing as well as the majority of America because,
Yeah.
like, what 80% of us are paycheck to paycheck. Like, I feel the same sentiment because at work, when I talk to some of my coworkers at lunch, I talk about that, right? Like, I'm like, it sucks to not be making as much money
Yeah.
from my old job, but I don't describe my old job as better because honestly, the job I have right now is better than my old job, right?
Yeah.
Because I would rather deal with the physical workload than have to deal with the mental workload that
Hey,
was
I'm liking
at
Starbucks a
my
hell of a lot more than Chick-fil-A.
yeah, you know what I mean? And so I'll be like, it does, it sucks. I was like, like now I'm working here, but I always explain, I was like, not that here is bad, it's just I'm making less money.
Yeah.
And you could see because like,
And you take the time to
yeah,
quantify.
like we talk, like a lot of us like talk about it more. And then they're like, yeah, that sucks. Cause you see that quick little second look in there. I'm like, no, 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 I'm not saying that working here is shit. I'm like, I just don't like the fact that I'm making less.
Yeah, you're like, "No,
You
no,
know what
this
I
is
mean?
purely a
Yeah.
money standpoint."
Because you are always better than the job you're at,
Yeah.
but you're not better than the people that work
And
there.
also, the job that you have does not define who you are as a
Yeah.
person. You could work like, you could literally, as we've seen, you could be in a very high position of power politically and be a huge, massive piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, versus you could be a janitor and be a fantastic person.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's like, who fucking cares? And it's just, who are you, you know?
and like I hate people like the one you're describing, this Tesla kid. I don't
His brother
understand what
told him
is
to
like when
invest in
people
Bitcoin.
like people that just act like they're better than like you ain't better than me, dude. Like you bleed just the same, right?
Yeah.
And see what these fucking 16 shots got to say about
He's a
that. But then
fucking beanpole too. I'm like, fuck you. A
no,
strong wind will blow you over.
or like people that are just like, well, I don't need this. Like nobody needs the job, right? Like
Yeah.
to like the way my dad spins it, right? The company needs you. You don't need the company. And
Yeah.
that's the angle that I operate from. I just need their money
Exactly.
in order to get by, right? Like,
All I was thinking the whole time was it must be nice to not care if you get fired.
yeah.
Like, cause I have to like I need
Like I
groceries.
still
I
yeah,
need food.
like you should still care, but like at the end of the day, if they're like, "Hey, we just gotta let you go," and that's what they say, cool, fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I don't need this job. Like I can find another one at the end of the day, right? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like I'm not gonna act like I'm better than the job I'm at. It's called having a little bit of fucking humility. But
Cause he's also bad at it.
yeah,
Like, that's the thing. He's simultaneously shit. Like, okay, so I'm like doing fulfillment right now, right? And you can INF item not found. They don't like when you do that because obviously the customer wants it. And if they walk into the store and they're like, what the fuck do you mean you couldn't find it? It was right
there's
here.
my fucking fanny
Yeah,
packs target.
moron, what the fuck, right? So I get that. And also it's like there's these little like statistics that it gives you, like little percentages, which I love statistics. I
Yeah,
love looking at them. I couldn't do it in school, but I love looking at it. And so literally he consistently has like 10, 15%, like 20% just INFing. And then also people haven't been meeting up with team leads about it. So they haven't even actually looked, which is what that means. And
yeah,
so literally it's making the whole department look like shit. And we're all getting reprimanded over the walkie by our fucking ETL who's like, hey, fulfillment team, just a reminder, you have to meet up with a leader before you INF stuff. As if we're fucking toddlers, because some people, why the fuck would I care? Because it doesn't just affect you.
yeah,
That's literally what it all boils down to. It does not, you are not the only person in the world.
yeah.
That's it. What do you think, Penny?
Like, and I have that same type of attitude at work. Well, like literally, like honestly, like my job, like it takes a physical toll, and
Yeah.
you're tired from it. But honestly, like I'm enjoying the group of people that I'm working with. We
Yes.
flow well together, and that's why I really, because I'm always really
That's how I felt
conscious
about
about.
Starbucks.
That's like I'm always really conscious about how other people might perceive the way I talk, because like I
Yes.
hold a lot of eye contact. I project when I talk. You know what I mean?
I
Like
had to tone correct myself.
typical
I
man
I came
shit.
off very angry,
Yeah, like
and I meant it jokingly, so I straight up went, "I'm so sorry, my tone was much angrier than I
yeah,
intended. I meant it to be joking, and I apologize."
because
Because she
the
was like, "What the fuck do you mean?" Right?
yeah.
Because I put, like, a grocery bag down, and then she was sitting there when I came back, I'm like, "Oh, hey, like, where did that bag go?" She's like, "I don't know, I just got here." And I was like, "Bitch, you were sitting down.
Yeah.
Like, it was right there." She's like, "I just got here." And I was like, because literally I saw her, like, eyes change, and she was like, "I just got here."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Ooh." I was like,
See,
"See,
I,
that's my bad.
I'm
That's my
working.
bad."
I'm working on a lot of stuff myself. But if someone took an attitude with me like that, but the motherfucker, don't you even start, right? Like the warehouse, for example. Like it's a busy place.
Yeah.
Like you clock in, like you get to work, right? And so,
Wait, I'm sorry, can I finish real quick?
yeah,
So, it was really nice because, like, thanks to you reminding me about tone stuff,
yeah,
I was able and I'm also getting better at communicating about that
yeah.
because of you. Thank you. So, I literally was like,
Well, thank
"Hey."
you for being so beautiful.
Oh, so I was like, "Hey, I apologize. I sounded much angrier than I meant to. I meant it in a jokey way.
Yeah,
Like, was not mad. I'm not mad.
yeah.
I just can't do tone." And she was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "I was wondering why you were coming after me." I'm like, "No, no, no. I wasn't trying to.
You
I
know,
was trying to
call
be
it.
silly."
Call
And
it.
so we just moved past it, you know?
You don't call it sexist if I was in a situation like that, because there nothing's happened at this current place that I work, or really any place that I work at.
Yeah.
But if it was like a chick that I was talking to, or and they were like, "What?" I would be like, "Yo, girl, chill. Like, fucking, I meant it like this, right?" But if it was a dude, then it'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Listen, dog. Like, you have half a fucking brain cell,
Well,
right?
I wouldn't want
Like a
I
misunderstanding
don't
is a
want people to think I'm
misunderstanding,
an
but
asshole.
like I'm still working through that initial, like he's not trying to, like the person's not trying to G check you. They just literally don't understand,
Yeah.
and that's something I'm trying to wrap my caveman brain around. You
My
know what I mean?
caveman brain.
Um, but anyway, like at work, like like we all work well together, and that's why I kind of hope that no one thinks like I'm not trying to talk to him, right? Because when they come and they're like, "Yo, can you," like when I'm working on a cage full of cable, they're like, "Yo, we need you to do this next." I'm like, I literally just ask simple questions. All right, do you want pairs, singles, or do you want me to do something else?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want me to take it to the shelf? Or do you want me to put it by like some of the packaging stations?
Yeah.
All right, cool. But it'll be like real quick, and I'll be like, "Dope, tight,"
Yeah.
right? And then they just like walk off, or like I'm like hearing what they're saying. I'm like, "Yeah, totally," right? And I'm like looking at them, so I don't want them to think that I'm trying to like shoo them away.
Yep.
That's just how I interact with
Yeah.
people. Like I'm a cut to the chase type of person,
Yeah.
unless we're like, because I'm friendly with people at work, but I wouldn't say any of us are really like friends because I don't hang out with them. I just talk to them
Well, no,
at
my
work.
dad is like that. Like,
Yeah.
literally, our phone calls are 2 minutes maximum
No, yeah,
because
like
you say what you need to say.
yeah.
That's it.
Like we get along with each other, right? Like if someone was like, "Yo, you want to get a drink?" I'd be like, "Yeah, cool, totally," right? Because a lot of them do, but I'm just slowing down on the drinking, you know what I mean? And then, we usually got to record the podcast or something else comes up. But anyway, getting off of this kind of, I don't know, like Debbie Downer type of topic, I'm gonna give y'all another story.
Everyone
The
gather around the
the
circle.
the inconsistent updates of Flip's life, you know what I mean? So,
We're uncovering
actually
lore,
actually two
everybody.
things, because we checked the mail when we got back, right? So before we start the story, we checked the mail when we got back. Why the fuck? First of all, I stopped smoking in 2020. Well, my last cigarette was 2021, but my grandfather died.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah. I
Valid.
was thinking about lighting one up for my grandpa that passed away this year, but I was like, I just smoked a joint in his honor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Took a drink, took a puff. But anyway, um, got an ad. 8 cigars for $10. What kind of fucking dried haberdashery bullshit are you trying to push on me? I don't even know what the brand is, but if it's eight
Haberdashery.
of anything for $10, right? Like if someone was like 8 cigarettes
Make
for
it
10
10 for
bucks,
10.
okay,
Make it
that
10
makes
for
sense.
10.
But cigars?
Yeah.
And they're not even minis. Like these are like normal, like little, like I don't know, like little 4-inch cigars. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's pretty decent. They look like to be a decent, I don't know, like width for cigars. I was like, 8 for $10. Like, man, they're selling me topsoil at this point. They're literally just putting leaves from a tree and wrapping it around. But anyway, so I'm telling y'all a little story here. And for a few of, well, I don't know, because this was like an isolated incident. I was there with a group of friends that I made while I was, out in DC during my time in the military.
Yeah.
Um, There's a place called College Park where it's like a collection of like bars and stuff. And there's a bunch of
Oh, it's not a
universities around there,
park?
so all like the college people go to these different bars, right?
Yeah.
And this one is technically a dive bar because it has a dance floor, but it's not really a dance floor. You know what I mean? And so when I got there, and I'm so sorry, my love, I was in relations with other people before you,
Oh!
right? Um, so I was talking.
Then just
That pulls out a knife. Oh my god. But I was talking to this chick and her friend, right?
Yeah.
And I was like dancing up more on one of them. Well, I say I was like we were dancing up on each other, right?
Ew.
And then her friend was like there. Like we weren't like it wasn't no like 2000s rap video grinding, but like we were getting into it. We were feeling each other, right?
Yeah.
Um talking back and forth like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I would always be like, "Oh, I just work security." I would tell them no,
Babe.
because people feel a certain type of way about military dudes, and at the end of the night, with this particular night, I was trying to get laid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh, I just do security." They're like, "Oh my god, I can tell." I was like, "Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
"Yeah, you
you can
can,
tell, baby.
bitch."
Oh my god." And I was off the yak a little bit, right? So
What? Oh, the what?
Hennessy,
Oh,
all right. I like Hennessy,
yak?
dark liquor,
Off the yak?
energy for your energy. You know
The
what I mean?
fuck does a yak got to do with Hennessy?
YAK, man, that yak, cognac. Hennessy's a cognac. You're off the yak.
Is it's a G though.
Ebonics. Anyway.
Off the gack. Off the con. Like,
Sorry, when you said off the gack, I like my brain was like gun, right? Because gat is like I'm gonna get the gack.
my brain went florp.
No,
So
but florp. Oh my god, no. But anyway, so like we're talking, we're feeling each other. It's like about an hour or two, right?
yeah,
And I'm sipping because I got a triple, and so I'm
just
like
straight
sipping,
3
I'm
shots.
sipping, yeah.
Ew.
I'm like sipping and I'm sipping, right? And her and her friend are going through the thing, right? And she's like, "Hey, could you buy us a drink? Would you mind doing that?" Right? She's like, would you mind? Huh?
Yeah.
I'm a big boy. You want to buy me a drink? And I was like, I
No.
guess. I was like, yeah. Like I was more smooth. I was like, hell yeah, there ain't no problem, right? Um, and so like we keep dancing or whatever, and like I order the drinks, right? And we're like talking about because what else they got going on for the night, right? It's like, oh, we're going to this other party if you want to, right?
Oh.
And I was like, cool, dope, man, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna interject myself, right? I'm like, I'm gonna wait to be invited, not like, hey, let me slide in there with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, everyone's got their own thing going on, and no one owes you anything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Um, but the way she was talking, right? She's like, yeah, when we get there, right? And she kept
Oh.
like when we get there, right? And it's like we know this person, but it's gonna be cool, like blah 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 blah. She's like, like we're gonna get along great, right?
Yeah.
What's gonna go on, right? So we get the drinks. I'm like, I think we're about to go, so I close on my tab, right? And I'm like comfortably buzzed and what's going on, right? And at this point, her and her friend, they both start dancing with me. You know what I
Oh.
mean? I was like, oh my god, what's going on here, right? And like, little slightly drunk man brain was like,
Yeah.
like, oh my god, bitches, right?
Yeah.
And so we're dancing, and they both finish their drinks, and they just leave. Like,
No.
no see you later, no nothing. Like, we're dancing, and then they just leave, right? And the door's open, right? So I can see them. They leave and they get into a Uber and they dip.
Oh my god.
And we had been dancing at this point for like a few hours, right? Like I want to say like under 3. We had been
Oh
dancing.
my
And
god.
I'm like standing there like befuddled.
Ain't no fucking way.
I was like, "Oh my god." Right? But I was like,
That's
no, but I
devastating.
was like, do I really
No.
want to kill my vibe with this? You know what I mean? Right? Because then at that same time, I like was just I went back to the bar, started getting another drink, and then like it's a club and it's like a revolving door of people. So I started talking to someone else, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my god, they really just the chopped and screwed song from T-Pain was coming into my mind. They really just dipped. They're like, all right, literally one last drink. They didn't want to pay for it. And I had to go through the whole thing. I was like, yeah, let me open my tab again. Like, didn't you just close? I was like, just give me. Like
Don't
the dude was like, weren't you? I was like, just give me the fucking drink, dude.
don't talk to me.
Right? I was like, man, I got to charge it to the game, bro. Oh my god, like that shit really. I was stuck. I was sick. I was like I was watching them, thinking if they'd like look back, like, oh my god, we forgot them, but they just dipped. And I was like, these bitches. Oh my god.
That's vile.
Jesus, man. So if they're still there in the DC area, I hope they're not going to listen to this, but I hope they get a fucking parking ticket. But anyway, that was our cat's food that just went off. I'm pretty sure that she's out, so I got to refill her bowl. We're going to end the episode. My love, what is your song of the week?
Bug Like an Angel by Mitski off of the single album of the same name.
Any particular reason?
It's very good.
All
It's
right.
very good. Ascending good.
You're so goddamn bland when it comes to these songs of
I
the
don't
week,
need to say
man.
more.
But anyway, I've been feeling a lot of Smino. I think I had a Smino song.
Ew.
Yeah, no, I think I had a Smino song for my solo episode. But anyway, we're continuing the same vibes. The song is No L's, and it comes off of his 2022 Love for Rent album. It's just this dude is just straight vibes. I like his flow. I like the atmosphere that his music creates, which I just reiterated myself by saying it's straight vibes. Thank you for making it this far in the episode. Thank you to everyone who is supporting us financially or otherwise. Like literally, like when we make the jump to video on October, it's going to really help as time goes on, so we can get some better equipment because
Yeah,
we're
we
going to go with a simple
appreciate it.
setup for
It's
the one.
very
Like,
nice.
yeah, it's like it's fun. Like we're doing this as a hobby. Like I'm not trying to do this. Like everyone's like, we're not doing this for clout, but literally, it's a nice bonding experience for us, and the fact that other people besides our family and close friends enjoy this
Pretty weird.
and think we're worth supporting, it's pretty dope, you know what I mean? Like I like that. But anyway, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.